Neel, a cheerful boy with bright eyes, solves the tricky fraction puzzle at home on a glowing tablet. Suddenly, the puzzle starts spinning and creates a portal, pulling Neel into a colorful world called Fraction Land. Neel lands in a field filled with floating numbers and colorful shapes split into fractions. A cheerful, glowing half-moon character named Halva appears and says, "Neel, we need your help to restore Fraction Land." Neel and Halva encounter Splitz, a mischievous character who looks like a shattered mirror, with shifting, jagged pieces. Splitz laughs and scatters pieces of Fraction Land, saying, "Let's see if you can fix this mess," before disappearing in a swirl of glitter. Halva explains, "We need to collect the pieces and put everything back together using fractions." Neel agrees to help, excited for the challenge. Neel arrives at a vast field with floating pies, each missing a slice. Tressa the triangle, a pie-shaped character with triangular eyes, says, "Help me divide these pies equally." Neel uses a glowing fraction wand given by Halva to match the missing slices with fractions like a quarter and an eighth. Once completed, the pies glow and fly back to their rightful places, restoring the pie fields. Neel and Halva approach a bridge with broken planks labeled with fractions, for example, a half, a quarter. Neel solves the fractions to replace the missing pieces, allowing them to cross safely. The bridge lights up in rainbow colors as they step on it, cheering Neel's success. Halva says, "You're getting the hang of fractions." The duo enters a magical forest where tree branches are split into uneven parts. Quarta the quarter cat, a furry character with a quarter circle tail, hops down and says, "Help me split these branches evenly." Neel uses his wand to divide the branches into equal halves and quarters, causing the trees to sparkle and grow taller. Quarta gifts Neel a glowing quarter medallion as a thank you. At a shimmering pond, lily pads are divided into fractional parts like a third into thirds, each glowing faintly. Neel must jump on the correct fractional pieces to cross the pond while avoiding incorrect combinations. Halva cheers. 1/3 plus 2/3 makes a whole jump there. Reaching the other side, Neel unlocks a new piece of Fraction Land, which rises from the water. Neel arrives at a towering structure split into uneven floors. The goal is to balance the tower by placing weights labeled with fractions like a half, a quarter, and an eighth on each side of the platform. As Neel balances the fractions, the tower glows and restores itself. At the top, Neel finds a glowing key to the next area. Splitz creates a confusing maze with paths labeled in fractions. Neel uses his knowledge of fractions to find the right path, matching parts like 3/4 with a quarter to make a whole. The maze walls shift, but Halva helps guide Neel by lighting the correct path. Neel escapes the maze and collects another piece of Fraction Land. A glowing carousel spins with animals labeled in fractions like a third and 2/3. Neel must place the animals on their correct spots to complete the carousel circle. When the puzzle is solved, the carousel lights up, and the animals come to life, cheering Neel on. The carousel spins faster, revealing a path to the final challenge. Neel faces Splitz again, who creates a giant, chaotic scene with fractions floating everywhere. Splitz challenges Neel to match fractions quickly while dodging swirling obstacles. Neel focuses and matches parts like 3/8 with 5/8 to form holes, causing Splitz to lose power. Splitz shrinks and reluctantly admits defeat, saying, "You're too good at this." With Splitz defeated, Neel uses the collected pieces to rebuild Fraction Land. The pie fields, fraction forest, and equal tower glow as they come back together. Halva says, "You've saved fraction land, Neel." Neel smiles, proud of his accomplishment. The residents of fraction land, including Tressa, Quarta, and others, throw a celebration for Neel. Fireworks shaped like fractions light up the sky, creating colorful patterns. Neel performs a victory dance, joined by Halva and his new friends. The glowing medallion Quarta gave him transforms into a badge of honor. Halva explains, "Fractions aren't just numbers, they help us solve problems, share things, and create balance." Neel reflects on how fractions made the adventure exciting and useful. Quarta adds, "Fractions are fun when you look at them the right way." Neel feels inspired to share his newfound love for fractions with others. The glowing portal reappears, and Halva says goodbye to Neel, promising more adventures in the future. Neel steps through the portal, carrying his fraction badge and memories of the journey. Back in his room, Neel sees his puzzle glowing softly, reminding him of fraction land. Neel says, "Fractions really are magical." Neel notices a new glowing puzzle on his tablet, featuring a shape divided into fractions he's never seen before. He excitedly picks up his tablet and says, "What kind of fractions are these? I guess there's more to learn." The glowing puzzle creates a faint outline of a new portal, hinting at another magical adventure waiting for him. The scene ends with Neel grinning and the room filled with a warm glow as he prepares for his next challenge. Fractions help us solve problems, share things fairly, and make sense of the world around us. Learning can be fun and magical when you approach it with curiosity and determination.
Thanks for watching, kids. If you enjoyed the adventure, make sure to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and click the bell icon to never miss a new story. See you next time.